Is the devil or your ego really your best friend in your spiritual evolution journey? Today, I have an amazing analogy, an amazing lesson to teach you that is life-changing and revolutionary if you can take on this perspective. First, I want to share with you a story that used to be very common in mythology, and it is called Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno is a story about Dante being led on a quest by Virgil, and they go into the deepest depths of hell, of the Inferno. They encounter the Inferno and they get into the lowest depths of the Inferno, and they find Satan or Lucifer motionless with his legs stiff and standing tall, and they decide to climb on the back of Satan's legs and up his back to the higher realms again, out of hell. Now, this story is so powerful because if we look at this as an analogy as our ego, Satan, the devil, is our ego. It is all of the defects that are within us that are low vibration, that are not virtues: lust, fear, anger, gluttony, envy, pride. All of these and more, all the levels and degrees of that. But in reality, Lucifer, or Satan, or the ego, is our greatest asset because it is an analogy for shining the light on our defects, showing us where we need to be growing, where we should be putting our attention, and what we should be doing to transmute these defects into higher vibrational qualities of light and virtue. So instead of getting upset, instead of getting angry or frustrated from your ego, instead realize that your ego, if you flip it around and become aware of it, it is actually guiding you to where you need to be addressing to become a more virtuous light being. Now, most people get afraid whenever they think of Satan or Lucifer or the ego controlling us, but really, this is our sign. This is the information that we need to be able to transmute these low vibrations into higher refined virtues. So, I want you to think about this. Think about climbing Lucifer's back or climbing Satan's back. You know, there's a lot of different metaphors and analogies for what these beings mean, but really look at what I'm trying to portray to you is look at the analogy as the ego, Satan, Lucifer, as the light bringer and the lower identification of our soul or of our being, and what we are using this personification as is a means of refining ourselves, a means of pointing out our defects and where we need to address our own being to grow. Now, most people don't even realize that they are living in a mindset or a frame of being of hell because they are being dragged and dictated by their ego. People don't even understand that they aren't the ones thinking. Their ego is thinking them. And that is an important realization to come aware of, because how much of your thoughts do you actually control? From what I've observed within myself is that the mind pushes me around. And until I became observant, aware, and comprehensive of where these defects are coming from, why is my mind doing that, where I was feeding it, until I was able to observe that and to see through it, only then was I able to climb out of the pit of suffering that this ego and these defects were dragging me down into. So don't get frustrated by your ego. Be glad, be thankful, because your ego is actually showing you where you should be learning and growing from. Now, we are all imperfect. We are all trying our best every single day to grow. But the real power comes from whenever we are able to be humble. Now, humbleness is one of your greatest assets on the spiritual journey, because without being humble and to be able to really look at yourself and to be able to admit to yourself where you made mistakes or where you were wrong or the actions that you did that were counterintuitive to peace and love, only then will you be able to rewrite the script, to pull yourself out of this lower vibrational state of being. Humbleness is your greatest virtue. And until I realized this, my growth was stagnant. Once I started to realize that being humble and being aware of myself and really embracing my defects and the times that I was messing up, but actively trying to embrace those and learning from them, only then was I able to evolve at a faster degree. I actually have just come out of a breakup, and we were going for a long time, and I made it a priority to try to be as peaceful as possible during this breakup, because I realized the value of the fights that we were having, the disruptions that we were having, the incongruencies that we were having. And once I decided to use that as a catalyst for how to change myself and to be able to further my peace and my cooperation with people and how to handle stressful situations, only then was I able to exponentialize my growth. And I challenge you to use this same perspective. Instead of getting upset, instead of running away, instead of avoiding conflict, look at conflict, look at trouble, look at these lower states of disharmony in your life as a mirror presenting to you, where can I change here? What can I do to bring more peace, more love into my life? What is my mind? What is the fear? What is the limitations within myself trying to teach me right now? And then you are going to have so much freedom, so much growth and understanding of yourself. My friends, I want this for everyone, because this is really the path towards liberation. The only way that you can become fully liberated is by destroying or dissolving your ego. The ego is not us, for one. And this is what all enlightenment is heading towards, is getting rid of the ego. And the one mistake that we want to avoid is looking for brief moments of enlightenment. We want enlightenment to be in our life more continuously and more consistently, always. But the only way that we can do that is by dissecting and removing our ego and moving into being, moving into love, moving into compassion, and moving into the virtuous qualities of being. Because this is where the real freedom comes in. Our task here is to evolve, is to transform, is to transmute these low vibrational qualities of living life into high vibrations of virtuousness, love, and harmony with all around us, moving closer into unity. Use this as a tool for your growth, and I guarantee you, you will see change happening at an exponential rate. But only whenever we are able to observe, comprehend, and see what the point of these problems and issues are in our life, only then are we able to utilize them for spiritual growth. And trust me, Working with the river is better than working against the river. And if you don't decide to dissolve these egos and these aggregates that are within you and taking control of the way you respond in life, then the law of reoccurrence will continue. The law of reoccurrence means that until you pass and evolve the test that life is bringing you, the situation, the opportunity for growth, then you will constantly be presented with that same opportunity, maybe masked in a different light, but that same principle of growth that your soul needs to evolve to the next stage. And it will follow you from this lifetime to the next lifetime and to the next lifetime. So let's take responsibility now. Let's decide to grow and evolve our being and move more towards the light of unity, and decide to face these aggregates head on, because this is the fuel for your growth. And trust me, you are going to be so thankful once you start doing this, because your life is going to become so much lighter. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of these metaphors and these analogies. And I would love to know from you what situation in your life right now is being presented to you that you feel like using this newfound awareness, newfound mindset to go about. I want to know how you are going to use that to grow and to evolve. What challenge are you being presented with in life right now that is actually an opportunity for you to become a better, higher vibe, in a new state of being as a soul, as a human on this planet? Let me know what you think of the video. Drop a comment, leave a like, and if you want more awesome content like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I am releasing so much bangers that are all geared towards you becoming your best self in all ways possible. Many cheers, love, light, and blessings to you all. Thank you for watching this video. Namaste, and I'll see you in the next one.